Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is King Z. Welcome back to the Empire. If this is your first time here, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, make sure to check out the rest of my channel and consider subscribing. So we got a lot of work done in last episode, I would say. Got this whole half of the village done. Finished out the quarry for about as much as I want to get done right now. I still want to go back through and finish out the bottom, maybe add a little bit more foliage, but that'll be like the end details that we put into this area. Today, we're going to be working on the other half of our little quarry village here. So we need to get this all finished up, or at least lay the foundation for how these homes are going to look, and then we can go back through and add all the detail in the streets and inside the interiors. Next thing we want to do is lay out the roadways. So I want to make sure that I get the roadways done today as well, kind of finalize how these pathways are going to look. That'll give me a lot better of an idea of how I want to lay out some of the decorations and the detail bits. So that's what we're going to be doing after we finish up that side. But one other thing I want to get done this episode, hopefully, is to plan out the place of worship. Now, I was originally planning on having it up here, and I still think that's a good idea because when you come in from the main desert city, that's going to be over there eventually. It'll be a nice little view, but you won't be able to see the cranes as you're coming in. So I was thinking possibly of putting the cathedral or the church or the place of worship somewhere over on that side, but I'm not sure if that totally makes sense because I do want it a little bit closer to some of these buildings. Maybe I could place it over there on that side. If we don't start this episode, then I would be more than happy to hear some of your guys' suggestions, what you guys think about it, because I really like how this village is coming out, and I want to make sure that I get that place of worship in the right spot, because this is definitely a really awesome place to be. But now that we have the basic idea of what we're going to be doing in today's episode, let's go ahead and start the time lapse, and let's get these houses built, shall we? All right, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that time lapse. Did a lot of work, finished up this building, which I originally thought was going to be our blacksmith. I'm still not too sure what it's going to be, but I added this little stairway up here to the second floor. I've seen a lot of other builders do it, like Mythical Sausage, Blue Bits, I'm sure Bdubs at some points. But I thought I'd do my own little take on it, and it actually adds a lot of character to the area. I've added it in a few other places, like there, and this main building here is going to be our storage area. You can see we got like a little spiral staircase going up here to a living quarters up atop of the storage area. But I'm definitely going to start adding this over to this other side, the other half of this desert quarry village. village to kind of spice things up a little bit, because I think it'll add a little bit of character. So this one I'll probably leave how it is. Like I said, we're probably going to add a tower on this one, but we could definitely add a staircase on the back side, or on this side, or even on this building here, just to make it look a little bit different, which I think will add a lot to the build, honestly, because it looks great. It looks great having a little staircase come through there. And once we add the roads and the rest of the decorations to this area, it's going to look real nice. I still have 3 houses that I have untouched. So this one over here, we have 1, 2, 3. And then there's also a 4th building that I have not touched, which is the diagonal build. I totally forgot about this one. And then on these couple houses here, 1, 2, and 3, I still have to do a lot of the texturing in there, but it's taken a lot of work so far. I just want a little bit of a break, give you guys a little bit of an update. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work, and I'll come back through and show you guys what we've done to these buildings, because I want to do something a little bit different for these ones. Like I said, I want to connect these somehow. So enjoy this next time lapse. I'll see you when it's all finished. All right, a little bit of a shorter time lapse just because I didn't really have much to do. I finished up the detailing. I added all the little texturing onto the walls here, added the windows, added the spruce trapdoors, the signs, the buttons, all the good stuff. And then I also kind of started on these houses just a little bit. I did want to finish them up because I do want to build these on camera just a little bit, sort of. I'm going to be doing little updates on these instead of doing a time lapse. So I'm going to build a little bit and then bring you guys back in, show you my ideas, show you what I'm thinking. This house is basically just going to be a 2-story with a basement. I think maybe I'll have like a little cellar down here possibly. And then this is the house that's going to be kind of weird because we want to connect this in a way. So a little bit of a connection, maybe a little bridge over here. Maybe we make this like a 3 tall one, so it's a little bit taller than every other house. And then we also still have to do the actual diagonal build here, which I'm not sure it's going to stay a diagonal, but I will give you guys updates. I kind of want to get like a base idea of how this thing's going to look. And I think I'm going to have to put like some sort of corner bit here and a little corner bit here, but then that gives me a really weird look, and I got to figure out how I'm going to stick these logs in. So if I do one every other, it'd be like that. So I might have to make this a little bit wider possibly. I don't know. I've just been kind of winging it with all these houses. You can see there's a 2-piece here. This one doesn't line up over here. No, we actually made that one pretty even. Where's the other house? I think it's one of these guys. Yeah, this one right here. It doesn't line up on these 2 opposite sides. So this side right here is kind of offset just a little bit. You can't really tell. And then this side is offset. And I think also, yeah, this front side here, this back side here. So this house is completely offset. And then this one is pretty even, I think. Yeah, this one's pretty even, which is kind of nice. So there's a couple houses in here that are kind of mismatched and kind of uneven. So that kind of works in our favor as far as this house goes. So we'll try to make this look cool. If not, we might just scrap the whole diagonal thing on here, because I think most of these houses are pretty square, and having a super diagonal house in a mostly square area is kind of hard to do, but we'll try to make it work. So I'm gonna go working on these houses, and I'll give you guys a quick update. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I'm back with an update for you guys. Let's go ahead and check out the diagonal house first. So I took it apart and I've made it a little 2x2x2x2 thingy here, and then it's a 3x3 on the sides here. So it's 3, 3, 3, and then like a 2x6 or 6 little 2x here. I'm not really sure what you would call this. This is kind of a weird way to describe how I'm building here, but we have like the basic shape, and I wanted to make it a single tall just so it's not too crazy. If I do add a second story, I could possibly do that on, I'm thinking this half of the build, because I don't want to take up too much space on this side since we do have a tall building here. And then I could put a staircase over here, and then maybe it leads up to a little balcony area up there where they can eventually get into the house. Over here on these guys, I took this one up too, like I said, and I've started planning out where we're going to have this little cellar space. But as I was digging over here, the ravine opened up pretty drastically because there was just a bunch of sand over here. And as soon as you touch sand, you know what happens in Minecraft. Gravity took over, and now we're left with this giant pit here that I'm going to have to either fill up, or I was thinking possibly we expand upon this. Maybe they built right on the ravine, which would be kind of cool, which means we could expand out later over this way, maybe have a little bit of a bridge right through here, a small little bridge, and maybe open this up as well, but I'm not totally sure. I ended up taking these two down to a single layer, and I'm kind of debating on whether I want to make these two connected, or if I want to make these two connected, or if I want to have them connected at all. I'm leaning towards not having them connected at all, just because I think we can save some of that stuff for the actual desert city, make the desert city really awesome, and over here will just be kind of like the basics. You know, they built up some stairways and they built up some two-story buildings, but the main thing that they were focused on here was production. So they do have a place to live, but the main focal point of this area is production on all the stone that's in this quarry. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm gonna get back to work detailing all these bits out, because now it's super easy. I just gotta finish them, make them look like these guys. Same with the diagonal. I might, like I said, I've added another second story on that corner, but we'll see how it goes. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. All right, final update from the houses. We finished them. I still have not done the first floor on most of these houses. I'm gonna go back through once we add the pathways and texture out the floors in here, but the houses are done. We got these two little houses here. Like I said, I didn't connect them because I didn't want to. It kind of doesn't match the area, I don't think. I did end up doing a 2-story on this one. Technically a 3, because we did add the cellar, but you can see how it looks in here. Added the stairway on the back side, and the cellar over here I haven't really touched too much. I just kind of cleaned it up. I was thinking maybe we do some kind of secret society that is using this little area, but I'm not totally sure. You guys give me some thoughts on that. If we do that, I'm gonna have to add a few more cellars around this area, because it'd look kind of weird if we just had one cellar. Like, I wonder what's in there. I also haven't touched the back of the ravine. I was thinking, like I said, about expanding on this, but I want to know what you guys think. Should we just leave it? Should I cut it off? Should I fill it up? Because this place is already fairly big, and I don't think we need too much more in here. I had just noticed I have no windows on this side. I don't have to mess with that. But we have the diagonal build as well is done. This is just a roof up there. I decided not to add the balcony. I do have the stairway up here on this side, so we can get into this room here. And then over here on this side, we have the entrance to the bottom floor, which again, we still need to texture and do. And this house, I actually forgot to texture, so I'm gonna have to go back through off camera and do that, but you guys pretty much know what these look like by now. Now it's finally time to start moving on to the actual pathways. So now the detailing is going to begin. We're gonna add all the retaining walls. We're gonna add the flower beds. We're hopefully gonna add in a few shops and stuff around here, but I'm going to be bringing the pathways all the way throughout this village. So enjoy yet another time lapse. right, welcome back everybody. Finished up a lot of the pathways here. Got kind of a little bit of a retaining wall here, not too much. Some of these areas are kind of wonky. I might want to go back and fix them a little bit, but for the most part, the pathways are in here. Just kind of give you guys a quick little overview of what they look like as I'm walking through here. There are a few spots that I've missed as well, like over here I haven't touched. Just kind of forgot about it. Also, if we head back over here, the diagonal house, I still have not textured it. I need to do that as well. Over here, this is kind of a little different area. This is kind of like a weird little setup. I might want to do this over there where it's kind of like wonky, but I added some like guardrails here to kind of just separate the area a little bit, make it look a little bit different. Walking through here, you can see all this area. I believe this was actually supposed to be like a water tower, so I need to put this in. That'll actually probably be the next thing we do. And then there's also a spot over here that I completely missed. This spot right here is a small little one I missed, but this one over here, I don't know how I missed this one, but I forgot to do this entire area over here. But it's all right. We were planning on connecting this up over here anyways, so I'll go ahead and do that off camera. And then over here, I was planning on putting our place of worship, but I have totally changed my mind. So we're going to do something maybe a little bit different. I'm planning on maybe doing like a little bit of a crop field. So up here, I'm gonna do a crop farm. I'm gonna take this down a little bit, make a crop field. And then on the outskirts all around here, we're gonna do some crop fields to kind of tie things together, make it look a little bit more uniform and kind of have like an ending to the village. I still have not decided what to do with this. I'd love to hear you guys' comments down below what you guys think we should do. Should we make this a giant cavern, put another crane over here, make it look like they're pulling some other kind of mineral they're pulling out of there, maybe a deep chasm. Maybe we could put a creeper farm down there possibly. I'm not totally sure. This is the area I'm talking about. Maybe put like a guardrail in here to kind of separate things a little bit. But over here, I think I'm going to put the place of worship, mainly because I was popping over here. And if we head up this way, it'd be a nice little spot to everybody walk through here. And on top of the ravine here, we'll kind of do some terraforming, make a nice little place of worship, because we're going to have the main city for the Desert Kingdom over in that area. And as we're walking over here, I want to be able to see all the cranes. I want to see the tower. I want to see the village, but I also want to see this place of worship. And I think it'll be a very good spot. Over there, it kind of blocks the view of some of the cranes. And over there, it's not really a good spot to show off the village either. So I think if you walk through here, I'm going to have a pathway that leads up there, coming down this way and down that way. So that'll be like your point of view coming in over there. So you'll see it from this side. But if I put a tower over here, if we're coming in from somewhere over here, you'll be able to see the cranes. You'll be able to see the village a little bit. I'll probably make this kind of like a little rolling hill. So we're going to do a lot of terraforming over here. But you'll be able to see pretty much everything. And that tower right there, I think is about like 20 something blocks tall. So the bell tower might be a little bit taller than that. And the rest of the place of worship will be somewhere over there. But I think it'll be a cool look and we'll add some more color to the area as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on finishing up the bits that I missed. I'll texture out that diagonal build and then we'll do a little time lapse on the water tower. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, welcome back in, everybody. As you saw from the time lapse, I built this nice little well area. I was thinking water tower originally, but I thought this is a desert. They'd probably have a well instead of a water tower. So I ended up building this thing. If I could redo this, I'd probably try to push it over this way and maybe try to do it on the diagonal, but I like how it came out. Looks pretty good for kind of freehanding it. We have a pretty short well also, but it works. I'm not too happy with the roof. I think I maybe want to tweak that a little bit, but I'm okay with it for now. I also got to come back through here and kind of texture out this thing and get a pathway going through here and figuring out what I want to do with this area, and obviously this huge cavern that we have to mess with still. Again, I'm gonna wait till you guys' comments. I added a little bit of a railing system over here in these areas, just a little small little separation of some of these stairs to make it look a little bit less disjointed. And then over here where we're gonna be placing our place of worship, I actually did a nice little step up to the area. So we got a nice little fountain here. Gonna have to try to make it look a little bit more fountainy, maybe a little bit of foliage coming over here as well. I still have to do the foliage and the details, which we'll probably do next episode. But I did add this little area here so we can walk up here, walk down here, kind of cool. And it's going to lead all the way up to our place of worship eventually. But we got a lot of work done in this episode. Got all of our pathways kind of finished up. Got this whole left side of the village done. This house is probably my favorite, honestly. This one and the diagonal house came out the best. Mainly because this is kind of a diagonal house if you look at it. I didn't even realize I've been doing this, but I've been doing some diagonal houses just because of the way, like even this is a little step back, so it's technically a diagonal. Don't let anybody tell you different. But it looks nice. And everything looks really good so far, and it's going to look even better when we start to add all the color, all the green, all the banners, all of the shops, all of the stuff that I really want to add in here eventually. Like I said, we're still going to be staying here for the next 5 episodes. I want to get 5 episodes more in this area, so we're going to figure out some stuff to do around here. We're going to have a lot of detail work to be done, but so far I am really, really happy with how things have come out. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. I had a lot of fun building this village. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Remember to leave comments about the cavern, the place of worship, the ravine, and anything else you guys would like to see in this series. Remember, if you're brand new or haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. It really does help my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this episode, let me know what you think of the series, and I'll see you all next time here on KingZee's Empire.